What's up, YouTube? It's Amy with the Timmy Family Farm, and I've got my movie star here. Say hi.
Hi.
And we have to go out to the garden to harvest a few things, so I wanted to bring you along and I'll give you a quick little garden tour and garden update on what's going on out back. Right here at our entrance, I've got our trellises. See, down here I've got a couple noodle beans. I got these seeds from somebody at the Homesteaders of America last year, and they're growing okay. Here I planted a cucamelon, and I've got a Kajari melon right there that are not growing too well. The Kajari melon seems a little bit stunted. It's my first year growing it. I think they're getting sufficient water. If you have any ideas or any tips on growing Kajari melons, leave it in the comments below. I would love some help here. Here we've got some sweet corn that is growing really nicely. Over on this side I've got some bush beans growing from Hoss Tools. And then in these two lanes we've got some squash and pumpkins. And then here we're gonna pass along the tomatoes. I'm not going to go in too much depth with the tomatoes today. We will save that for another post. They are glorious and beautiful. So lush and green. I am really excited with how well they're doing. Hopefully it doesn't get too steamy in here for you guys. This is our high tunnel, and I'll show you guys what's been going on in here. It's been a lot. It's been very active. The items in here are doing amazing. We've got broccoli. Look at that beautiful cabbage. Oh, so amazing. And we've got this volunteer squash. Not sure what this is, but got a little blossom there. It's either squash or pumpkin, I presume. This here is a Brussels sprout. Looks like things are wanting to grow in the crevice here, but I'm not sure if this is technically bolted and I need to pull it. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before, so if anybody knows if my Brussels have bolted, let me know. So look at that beauty. That is a Waltham broccoli. I don't want this broccoli to go to flower. I want to harvest it so that we can eat it before it does that. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest this broccoli today. Here I've got another one growing. Those look a little tighter. I'm going to leave that one there for a couple more days. And I'll keep an eye on that for the next day or two and make sure that it doesn't loosen up at all. Early sprouting broccoli. I got a couple harvests off of that. It's like a broccolini. I let it go to flower so that we could draw some pollinators in for that squash. Now this is a really cool cabbage. Uberville cabbage. It's very bumpy. Looks like my heads are starting to form. I'm very excited. This is our cabbage and radish bed. There's a couple radishes that were left for flowering, but for the most part, we harvested all of our radishes. Carrots are looking amazing. And then here I've got a bunch of beets that are gonna need to be harvested. I harvested one already, and I shaved it up and used it in a fajita. It was actually really good. Here I've got some dazzling blue kale. I'm not sure if the camera is gonna do it justice, but you can see the darker main stem or vein going into the leaf here. And the leaves themselves have a little bit of like a purplish blue tint to them. These are so good. Like seriously, it's a dazzling blue kale. It's the first time that I've grown it in our garden, and even the kids will come out and just taste it and like eat it right out of the garden, and it's amazing. It's got like a really mild flavor. It's not very earthy or grassy. I have taken some of the younger leaves and added them to salads for dinner, and I've added some to eggs in the morning, and next I'm gonna try putting them in a berry smoothie, maybe when I go inside because it's really hot out here. here we've got our pepper bed. This one is hot peppers. Over in that bed we've got our sweet peppers. I tried pruning our transplants before I put them in the ground and hoping to get like a bigger, bushier plant. And I'm really excited to see some offshoots here that are helping to get bushier plants instead of just having a single stem coming up. Hopefully this will equal more fruit on the pepper plant. Look at that tomato plant coming out of the side of our planter. I think we'll leave them and see what this little guy does. Behind me are our peas. We have the sugar magnolia pea and the melting mammoth sugar pea. Both are amazing. They are at the end of their life. You can see some yellowing on the leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all of this today so that I can get something else planted in the ground. We did the magnolia tendrils last year, loved them. They are awesome to just come out to the garden and to grab one off of the vine to have a little snack while you're working. We will always grow these. These melting mammoth sugar peas are new for us this year, and they have also been a pleasure to have in our garden. They get very big, but you can also grab them off the vine when they are young and skinny. See how that's still relatively flat? And it's so good this way for just fresh eating to throw in a salad or a stir fry. When you get the bigger ones and you open them up to get the peas inside, they are incredibly sweet. They are so good. We will be planting these again in the fall, and I am very much looking forward to it. Delicious. And then one last thing that we're ready to harvest in the garden today are garlic scapes. We have several hardneck variety garlic. In June, about a month before it's time to harvest your hardneck garlic, it will put off scapes. Those scapes are completely edible. So we are going to harvest them and try cooking with them over the next few days. So the garlic scape, if you want to know what it looks like, you've got all of your long garlic leaves, and around June you'll start to see this curly Q sort of thing form. This is the early stages of the scape. Now as the scape ages, it will straighten out until it's eventually straight up like the leaves, and it'll start to flower. The earlier that you get this off, meaning the tighter the curl, the better the scape is going to be for fresh eating. Now when you go to cut your scape, here's our scape. It's kind of hard to see amongst all the garlic leaves. You can go ahead and cut it right about there. So cut right, yep, right above my finger, sweetie. Not my finger though.
Heel?
Yep. Good job. Oh, we don't want to lose it. Put that in our basket. Now, if you don't want to try cooking with your scapes, that's fine. But you should cut them off when you see them emerge. So that way your garlic plant is not putting energy into growing the scape, which would then bloom, and it would put more energy into growing the bulb, which is the part that you're actually growing garlic for. Look at that nice, tight garlic scape. Oh, I can't wait to try it. It smells very garlicky. That is wild. So, hopefully I can come up with something to use these in the kitchen tonight. That's all I got for today. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for coming by the farm. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and if you are already eating any of these things that we've harvested today, I'd love to hear how you're using them and give us some fresh ideas on what we can do with our harvest. Until next time, see you later.